Hi, it's Nurse Cathy. Well, this week we're going to talk about being mindful and resilient. Life happens and none of us are immune from it. We're going to have periods of sadness and happiness and periods of abundance and periods where maybe it's pretty lean. We might have periods of time where we're very busy, and then we might have periods of loneliness. So none of us are immune from all those different seasons that occur in our life. Well, believe it or not, there are scientific studies on resilience. The first scientific study on resilience was published in 1973. Now, research has found that both mindfulness and resilience go hand in hand. Well, you say, how do they go hand in hand? Well, mindfulness, let me tell you what the definition again of it is. Mindfulness is being in the present of where you are, what you're doing, and what your thoughts are. When we build our resiliency, we have to think about our thought processes, what we're thinking inside. We have to be very mindful of what we're thinking. That inner self dialogue that we have. If something happens and you say, I can't handle this, I can't do that, then you're not building your self-confidence. And the goal with resiliency is to build that self-confidence. And we want to change that I can't to I can. Mindfully changing our thoughts helps build our resiliency, and building our resiliency helps with our coping skills. Strong coping skills help us maintain a healthy stress level. So I want to tell you just a few things that you can do to help build those coping skills. And the first thing is accept the things that you can't change. If you can't change it, let it go. Just like the song says, let it go. Next thing you can do is don't consider everything a crisis or an emergency. Don't panic. And then when you make a decision, make a decisive decision. Take action on it. Don't be wishy-washy. Take action on the decision that you've made. Whether it ends up to being the right or wrong decision, you've made a decision. And the next thing to consider is your social networks and any kind of outside resources that you might have. There comes a point in time that all of us need a little bit of extra help. And so look and see what's available out there in the community for you and what strong social networks that you have. Look for positive enforcement, positive supporters. After you've been through that rough time, take some time to reflect on the whole situation. You want to debrief yourself. You want to do some self-discovery. Think about what you've done, decisions you made. Look at how would I do things differently, and that'll help you better prepare for when the next crisis or emergency will happen, or ways to avoid certain situations in the future. The one thing that we haven't talked about is taking care of ourselves, and that's a very important part of building your resiliency. You need to take care of yourself because stress takes it out on us. It depletes us. So think about what you need to do for yourself. You need to rest, get lots of sleep, get the appropriate amount of sleep. You need to refuel. You need to eat healthy. Don't let the stress get you where you're not eating. You need that energy. And then reframe yourself. Sometimes you have to take a step back, you have to pause and take a deep breath. And then lastly, relax. Do whatever relaxes you. It might be exercise, it might be reading a book, it might be meditation. But whatever relaxes you, take the time to do that. Renew yourself. Now, resilience is a process. Now, I told you that there are scientific studies on resilience. Well, the studies were based on epidemiology, which is a study of illness and the prevalence. Well, what they found was that fears and worries contribute to weakening your immune system and also put you at higher risk for illness. So it's found that those who adapt and cope to whatever their crisis or emergency are and tend to spring back better if they have better coping skills and resilience. That's all for me today. I do have some reminders for you. Remember, on Monday, Ashley will be talking about coffee and tea, which is best for me. Personally, I'm a tea person. So also, I want to remind you that this weekend is trick or treat. So I want to remind you to have a safe and fun trick or treating. And then also, it's time change weekend. Don't forget to set your clocks back. And of course, the Buckeyes play. They're going to play Penn State. So let's go Bucks. And also, I want to remind you that Tuesday is Election Day, so get out there and vote. I have. So take care and have a great weekend.